What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today's video is going to be when we are putting the engine into the car. Just gonna place it in. Right now what we have to do is wet sand the engine bay, since we just painted it. It had a lot of orange peel in it. So we're just gonna wet sand that real quick, and then I'll keep you guys updated what's next. Alright, so we just got done wet sanding it and buffing it. As you can tell, there's not as much orange peel as there was. And now we're just trying to figure out a way how we're gonna hoist the engine up without scratching the valve cover. Because if you guys remember what the valve cover looks like, it's freshly powder coated. So that's next step, and also taking all the tape off. Alright, I just finished getting all the tape off, and what we decided to do is use a seat belt. We actually have it in a position where it's not even touching the valve cover at all. Alright, just finished getting the flywheel clutch and getting the trans on. Alright, we just disconnected the hoist. You got the motor mounts in, trans mount tight. Let's see the big reveal.
Ready, boy?
I'm ready. Whoo! Oh my god, that looks so sick. Jeez. Alright, so now that the motor's in, I just tightened up all the motor mounts, trans mounts, put the drive shaft in, tighten that up, and now we're going to start running fuel lines from the radium top feed fuel rail to the fuel filter, which, if you guys watched my old videos, I actually bought this and installed it in one of the old videos into the coupe, but now since it's new, we're just gonna use that one on this. Alright, so we got this end line measured up to the return hard line there, and then into the back of the fuel rail there. Alright, so we just added this line, the end on this line. So you just push this in onto the line and then thread in this top. And we have these aluminum pieces on the vise so it doesn't scratch this aluminum, and then use the aluminum wrench so nothing gets scratched up. Alright, and there it is installed.
That's so corny.
Alright, so now it's installed up on the rail and hose clamped onto the hard line down there. And it looks pretty good, and how it's like tucked away, you can't really see it. Alright, so now we're gonna run the feed line. Alright, so we got the line from the bottom of the fuel filter on, and now we're just measuring this AN line to go to the top of it for the feed. Alright, so now there's the line for the feed. Just have it come out 90 there, P-clamp right there, and hose clamped into the fuel filter. So now all my fuel lines in the engine bay are done. Alright, we just ran this vacuum line through the intake. It comes down to there. And now we're gonna mock up the oil catch can. I think we're gonna utilize one of these bolt holes here. We just gotta bend the tabs on the catch can and see what we can make work. Alright, so we got the position where we want this to be. You see that bolt right there. Looks pretty good where it is. And now we're just making up the lines to run to it. And there's the line. It's gonna run from the PCB. I got this little like adapter block off thing to run from there to the catch can. So we're gonna run that through now. Alright, and there's the line. Runs through there. Comes out from there and into the catch can. Next, we're probably gonna, or not next, but I think I have to order some 120 degree lines for this so they can kind of go down. Because if you saw in the last clip, the ones that I had were 90s that went up and it was kind of ugly. But yeah, the 120 should go down so we can tuck back there and then right into there. It should look good. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do today is, if you guys know S chassis well, the harness that comes out through here and usually runs under here. When you lower your car, usually the harness rubs on the tire right here and it'll expose wires like this. This is actually a really bad case of it. So I'm going to be repairing that and then tucking it up here. So we're gonna flatten this out, probably bend it up or down so we can run it right here, run it along here, and then when we lower it, it's not gonna rub through there. And the reason we're gonna bend this is so it doesn't rub on here and just break through anyway. So I've got all my soldering tools and I'm gonna get to work on repairing all these exposed wires. So in the meantime, while I was soldering up and fixing the harness, Ricky has been rewrapping the engine harness and repinning the connectors for the injectors. And now we're gonna pop the rail off real quick so we can actually run the wiring up through the middle of the intake. And they're just gonna come right out and in just to clean up all the wiring. Alright, so I got this part of the harness all fixed up. Some heat shrink. Make it look a little better. All I gotta do now is just rewrap it. And then we can get to tucking it under the fender. And also the injectors, we had to extend the harness a little bit to fit in between the intake. So I just soldered some extra wire on here to extend them. Alright, I got this section of the harness wrapped up. And got the harness here with the injector connectors. Got them extended and wrapped up. And I don't know if I recorded it yet, but I did take out the carpet and dash. I'm gonna buy a new carpet and we're gonna flock the dash. We're gonna like put something like Bondo, I don't know what we're using yet, but fill in these cracks and then flock it. I'll probably grab a black carpet since that's gonna be black. Alright, I got the harness in through the intake and plugged in all the injectors. Got the audience. Yeah. Alright, we just we just placed in the body harness. How it runs through here and then out here. Now we're gonna attempt to, instead of having it under here where if you lower your car it'll rub through, we're gonna put it here. We just gotta bend right here so when it sits there it doesn't rub through. Alright, we got the both sides of the wiring.
Y'all want low boy
tucked
fitment,
up into the fenders.
y'all don't want to tuck your harness. It don't make no sense.
Let them know, bro.
Yeah, look. So if you come over here,
Tired stance boys.
if you come over here, this is what happens when you don't.
Mind you, I bought the car like this. Hold on now.
What'd you
Bought
say?
the car like this. I ain't did
Oh,
this.
you bought it
myself.
like this.
You
Alright.
got an RV, and you don't tuck your harness. If you look up, that's what happens.
Oh God.
So we don't want that to happen, so we tucked it up.
Harness from Dirty Dogs.
Harness trifling. She must be from.
Dirty Dogs. Selling it, John. Selling it.
Lightly used.
How much?
Lightly used, because only one works. I was gonna sell it for 30, but I sold it to you for 15 because the one
15?
fan good as new.
This John is mint. Look at
Good as
that.
new, bro.
This one, I mean,
It will get there.
yeah.
WD-40. WD-40.
$15. Use my discount code.
Memo, Drake Fab.
What's up, everyone? I'm finishing up editing this video, and I just realized I forgot to record an outro again. So here we are. As you guys can tell, this video is a little bit longer, about 15 minutes. It was actually about 3 days where we just got all that stuff done. But like always, I'm just going to be working on the car after work and recording as much as possible. So if you guys are enjoying it, just please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next video, I'll see you guys then.